Dude, this is what the hell?
The morning after. Look, we're going to talk about Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, and we're going to talk about that metaverse fight with Roy Jones Jr. But first, I want to say this. Listen, I know you guys read the title. And I know, as you do, that I'm in a lose-lose situation here, all right? This is the preface. If I say Jermell Charlo will beat Canelo Alvarez, I know. I'm saying it because I'm black. It's these racial reasons, okay? I'm biased for whatever, all right? Mostly probably because I'm black. If I say Canelo beats Jermell, there's nothing that my brothers love to do more than say that a brother is no longer a black man, okay? So I'm in a lose-lose situation here, and it's going to be based on insecurities and race. But I'm still going to do it because I'm brave, I love boxing, and I'm going to do it as a boxing analyst. And I think Jermell Charlo may just beat Canelo Alvarez, and he has a damn good chance to do it, all right? First, let's talk about Roy Jones Jr. and this metaverse fight. That was incredibly awful.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I couldn't understand why would they have a PS2 Tekken version of Roy Jones versus NDO. But they really fought. It just was in the metaverse, okay? And I know people are confused, like, what the hell, is this a video game? Is this PS2? Is this Grand Theft Auto? They really fought. I think it was a bad idea because you could just have them fight. You don't have to have the metaverse thing. But the metaverse isn't a bad idea for fantasy fights, like Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. I told you guys in that short I brought up, hey, Muhammad Ali versus Rocky Marciano computer fight was better than this.
By Muhammad Ali. And suddenly we have a stand-up fight.
Because it was a fantasy fight. Here's a little idea for the next time you guys want a metaverse fight. Make it a fantasy fight. Have a round table full of boxing analysts. They talk about who will win between, I don't know, Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard, and whatever they come up with, right? These boxing analysts, these purists, whatever they come up with, you make that result of a metaverse fight. You can do it that way. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Anything other than that with people who can really just fight each other, put them in a metaverse fight in the Galaxy Arena is ridiculous. Now, let's talk Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez. Jermell Charlo can win this fight, man. He can win this fight. Now let's break it down. I know the first thing that everyone's going to bring up is size. Canelo Alvarez, 168, Jermell Charlo coming from 154. But understand, Jermell and Jamal are the same size. That's right. It's just that Jermell and Jamal chose not to compete in the same weight class. So Jermell kept his weight down for 154. Jamal went to 160. Both of them could fight at 168. Don't be surprised when they have the face-off with Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo isn't just looking down at Canelo, he's also bigger. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Don't be shocked. Because if he would have fought Jamal, Jamal would be bigger every time. 160, he'll be bigger. 168, he'll be bigger. Even if they fought at 175, Jamal would be bigger. Pause. Jermell Charlo, when they have the face-off, Jermell's going to have that weight on him, the muscle on him. He's going to be looking down at Canelo Alvarez. He's going to be bigger than him. But Canelo has spent more time at 168. That power at 168, what he's dealt with, what he can dish out, that's real. But the thing is, Canelo Alvarez, when it comes to size, he came from 147. He's not a natural 168 himself. What that reminds me of is Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, they weren't naturally 147. They weren't naturally welterweights. No. Floyd Mayweather was really a junior welterweight. He was really a 140 guy. He shouldn't have been really campaigning at 154. That was the beauty of Floyd, to be fighting Cotto at 154. That was beautiful. That's the same thing with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is really 160. He's really a 160 fighter, not 168 or 175. So the size thing, I think that's a huge misperception. Now let's talk about how Jermell Charlo could win this fight. I know when you look at Jermell Charlo and say, wait a minute, he had that struggle with Brian Castano. Brian Castano is the poorest Canelo Alvarez you could come up with. But here's the thing that you guys not really considering. He fought him twice, meaning he learned the first time and he blew him out the second time. He knocked him out.
There's a left hand that put.
So he's learned how to deal with that type of pressure fighter with the high guard. Hold on. This fight comes down to the weaknesses of Jermell and the weaknesses of Canelo Alvarez. Jermell Charlo, he has a huge flaw in dropping his left hand. After he jabbed, you could counter his left hand very easily.
But when it comes to punches, Castano, he got leading with the right hand, but gets.
Brian Castano was doing it all fight the second fight.
Yeah.
He has to keep that left hand up. If he does it, night-night, Canelo's going to knock him out. He's going to pummel him, and he's going to knock him out. You can't keep catching right hands over the top of your jab from Canelo Alvarez. You're going night-night, all right? So if he keeps that left hand up, and if he doesn't linger in the pocket, another thing with Jermell, he loves to put up his earmuffs and linger in the pocket even when he's the bigger fighter and can do a lot of things from outside. He did that again with Brian Castano.
Castano is putting together cover, going to the body. Charlo digging with the up. This is the Brian Castano that's.
Jermell Charlo cannot linger in the pocket, and Jermell cannot consistently drop that left hand after the jab. Another thing that helps Jermell Charlo be victorious against Canelo Alvarez is he has to be in 15-round shape. He has to be throwing his hands fast, explosive, as he does. But he has to be working the same as he was in round 1 in round 12 because of Canelo's weaknesses. Canelo Alvarez is a front runner. He is the front runner. He looks good the first half of the fight. The second half of the fight, he start going down. He did that with Bivol. He did that with Triple G. He did that with John Ryder. Canelo Alvarez, he loses his steam. Jermell Charlo, if he's in 15-round shape, Canelo, as he loses steam, Jermell can start taking over the fight. He can even hurt Canelo, which is hard to do. But Jermell, he punches like a mule kick. But it's hard to hurt Canelo because who punches like a Mack truck is Triple G, and Canelo was eating those. So for Jermell to drop him, that is very highly unlikely. But anybody can get hurt, especially if you're running low on stamina and endurance while a guy is keeping busy. Jermell Charlo got to be in 15-round shape because Canelo Alvarez is such a front runner. Number 2, Jermell got to push Canelo backwards. Canelo is great going forward.
A good job dipping to his left, trying to land that left uppercut.
Right hand for Canelo. Oh, and again, that one finding its mark most of the night.
Anybody that will tell you how Bivol will win this fight, this is how he'll do it. With the 1-2s, backing Canelo.
He's amazing going forward, but when he goes backwards,
Always staying in control, not giving up control.
Landing punches that really anyone I've seen since Gennady Golovkin.
not so much. So what Jermell has to do is survive those first 6-7 rounds against Canelo Alvarez, boxing and throwing flurries and throwing those punches to hurt, deliver those punches to hurt as he will, and start pushing Canelo backwards once Canelo becomes fatigued, and then start really ripping his shots. Canelo Alvarez is deceptively fast. So Charlo got to stay defensively responsible. He knows this. But Jermell Charlo has the faster hands. He throws the faster combinations. He has the reach. He has a fantastic jab.
But it's for all
Canelo the marbles. It's
What Bivol did against Canelo, sticking out that jab, sticking that pole out, pause.
Bivol is throwing combinations. He's landing. He's having more success landing.
He was able to use that to push Canelo back. Not all the time jabbing him, but just footwork and that pole.
Bivol is throwing combinations. He's landing. He's having more success landing.
And push Canelo back and then let his hands ride as Canelo's going backwards. Jermell Charlo got to look at that Bivol fight very closely. Listen, I believe Jermell Charlo can really win this fight. Because of the weaknesses of Jermell, those are fixable. The weakness of Canelo, not so much.
Not so much.
Canelo Alvarez has always had stamina issues, and he always will. Also, Canelo Alvarez going backwards is just something that he's not going to be able to fix like that. He doesn't do well going backwards. He always pushes forward. But Jermell, he could fix dropping his left hand. He could fix that. He could fix lingering in the pocket. He could just make a decision not to. Listen, I'd love to know what y'all think in the comments below. But as of right now, I have Jermell Charlo beating Canelo Alvarez. ShowBizz for dope. Sounds crazy. Undisputed versus undisputed in the 4-belt era. First time that this ever happened. This is history. Canelo and Jermell Charlo. Beautiful. I'm out.